G'day, Fenru here. How you doing? I've had a good day. Pardon me. The sun is shining. I kegged a beer today. I kegged the Muntons Export Stout that was paired up with the 1 kilo of dark Muntons dry malt extract, and I also put a kilo of golden syrup in it, and I kegged it today. And I actually even got on top of the keg, because I did 24 litres, and of course I had extra, so I didn't want it too strong, but I got 1, 2, and I had to put some honey in the bottom because it didn't have any sugar. 2 litres in this one, a litre and a quarter in this one, so they're going to stay in here, and I'll put them at 20 degrees. Got them set on the thing there at 20 degrees, and they'll be extras. And I kegged it, of course, so that was good. 24 litres, so I got, so that's really, really good. Happy to get that done. Happy to be back in the brew shed and using my my controlled fermentation, because as far as I'm concerned, it's probably one of the most important things to improve the quality of your beer. Now, this is a steam beer that was sent to me, was a Californian Common style beer that was sent to me from our mate Roy up north. And I've never had a Californian steam beer before, but he's brewed one. I saw last Saturday, Tube Dino's, he did a review on it. I've done a bit of reading on it actually yesterday and just before. Well, let's get into the glass and see what we've got. It's quite an interesting style, and the thing is, as I said to Dino, you might have read my comment on it. So, there's a nice hiss there. Oh, that's okay. That's very nice. A little different. If you see me put my head over there, because I can just get the light so I can see with my sunglasses. It's a problem when you have eyes that look like string. Right, so let's have a wee pour of this. I've left it out of the fridge today because, well, one reason is I've been really enjoying tasting a lot of different flavours and beers by drinking them a little bit warmer. I don't know what this one is. What it is at the moment. I could probably tell you. I can't find my. So that's what I've been enjoying, especially when it comes to tasting beers and getting sort of information about what's in it. I'm finding that actually having it around sort of 9 degrees or 8 degrees or is actually bang on. So that's poured a really nice head, and it should be quite. Yeah, and it's beautiful. Oh, that's a beautiful colour. It's just, you can see that. I know you can. Look at that. That is stunningly clear. That is stunningly clear. And it's a beautiful orange. Yep, it's a beautiful kind of orange colour, isn't it? So what we've got is this is a new style. So as I said, I've done a bit of research on it. Gee, that's it must be those hops. So I've done a bit of research on it. I've got my book here. Scud was kind enough to send me this book. Another book. He sent me a couple of books actually. Really appreciate them, and they're very, very informative. Got some great recipes. This one here is Brewing Classic Styles, 80 winning recipes anyone can brew. All right, so I'm just beginning about that. Okay, so what we've got here, so this is this recipe obviously is different than this recipe. But it seems to be that, according to this book, the classic hop edition is the Northern Brewer, which of course Roy has done. He's used Northern Brewer hops, and Northern Brewer hops is not one that I'm familiar with, so I probably soon will be. So just a quick spiel here on this, not this beer, but from this book. A lightly fruity beer with firm, grainy maltiness, interestingly toasty and caramel flavours, showcasing the signature Northern Brewer variety hop character. This is an intermediate style that can be brewed by extract with grain or all grain methods. Ferments at 17 degrees. Now, so that's good. And I've gone through Roy's notes, and he's done pretty much the same. So what Roy's done here is something similar to what I would have imagined doing. Is he's fermented it at 16, but then he's done a diacetyl rest, and he's done a diacetyl rest. So he's done 6 days at 16, and then he's gone on for 3 days at 18. And down the bottom, he's got fermented at 16, 3-day diacetyl rest at 18, and then he cold crashed for 3 days at 2 degrees, which is exactly what I do. You know, that same kind of profile, which I think works really well for beers, for brewing, ales and whatnot. Here comes the big fella. And I will say that I'm going to post a photo later on the end of this video of a few things. One of them is Roy's got a new dog. And he sent me a photo of him, bless him. And he looks very much like this great fella here, old Baxter. He looks very much like he's a bitch. Well, she's a bitch. His one's a bitch. Mine's a dog. But looks very similar. So Baxter is a heading dog, a New Zealand heading dog, and with some other things in it. He started his life hunting pigs. Good boy. All right, so back to the beer. Beautiful colour and a beautiful aroma. And what did I say about that before? It's it does have a beautiful aroma, and I recognise the aroma, but I can't put my finger on it. One of those situations. So that must be. Just hang on with me, and of course I took the bloody whatnot out, didn't I? But let's dive in. So far so good, and interesting too. And of course these beers, when I hang on, let me just have a taste. Oh. That's very nice. It's very nice. It's got a... How do I describe the flavour of this? It's hard to put my finger on the flavour, except that it's really good. Is that a fruitiness that I can taste? It's got a nice, mild... a malty backbone, as they say. And drinking it a wee bit warmer is you know, you get that chill harshness on a lot of ales. You know, if you have a stout that's really cold, or a bitter even that's really cold, you get kind of mouth harshness from the coldness. And then when you start to warm things up a little bit, you can really appreciate it, and the mouthfeel smooths out, rounds out, it's softer. There's a smell in there that I can, there's an aroma in there that I can actually recognise from somewhere. It'll come to me. Very, very nice. So California steam beer. So this is his recipe. I'll just quickly run through the recipe. 3.8 kg of Gladfield ale malt, half a kg of medium crystal malt, half a kg of Gladfield Munich malt, 200 grams of Gladfield dark crystal. Dark crystal, interesting. 90 grams of sour grapes malt. So sour grapes malt is a kind of a, if you're not familiar with that, it's kind of a malt that's a grain that's malted for sort of helping to drop the pH of beers without adding any other acids or salts. And 20 grams of light chocolate. I'm a big fan of that light chocolate, although in this case I would imagine it's purely for colouring. And it's a beautiful colour, isn't it, fella? You'll have to excuse my vagueness here. There's an aroma there that is that's familiar, but I can't put my finger on it, okay? It's a beautiful... I keep going back to an aroma of... years ago, I made a wheat beer. Which was nice, and I'm just wondering if that's the aroma that I got off my wheat beer for some reason. Anyway, I digress again. So that's the malts. So as far as the hops goes, he's put. So he's done a 60-minute boil. He's done 25 grams at 60 minutes. He's done 15 grams at 30 minutes. He's done 18.25 grams at 15 minutes. So that's given it quite... so that's interesting, because the 15 grams at 30 minutes... I like what that and so this brings up all sorts of thoughts in my mind. I'm just going to steer away from the this lager yeast ferment temperatures does my head in. Ale temperatures for lagers and pressure fermenting, and this is called that. The other is called the other thing, and it does my head in. And but this is a very nice beer, and it's sort of you can see how it is a style in its own. So the 30-minute addition of 15 grams. So what I probably would have done, and a lot of brewers would have done, they wouldn't have bothered with the 15 grams at 30, but probably put more in at the 60-minute mark. However, tasting that beer, I can see that just adding it at the 15, it's just, I mean, the bitterness is there, but it's very, very smooth, if you know what I mean. You can taste the bitterness, but it's smooth. It's not, there's no harshness. And it's not a really bitter beer. It's, what have we got here? What have we got? IBUs. Be on here somewhere. But I think the IBUs is usually between about 30 and... okay, away you go, mate. 30 and... I'll get to the... Usually about 30 to 40. Is it IBUs here? It'll be here, I just can't see it. Eyes like string. Yeah, it'll be here. I just can't see it. But it says in this book here about 30 to 40 IBUs. But the IBUs is of 30. Right, I'm back. I thought that the camera had stopped working, but it hadn't. So my bad. But it doesn't matter. We'll move on. Okay, so yeah, the IBUs, I still couldn't find them here, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It tastes to me like it's about like a smooth 30 to 40 IBUs. It kind of, now the body of the beer is quite nice. I can't get over that aroma. That must be the hops there. So the body of the beer is, I guess you'd call it kind of. It's not light, and it's not. Well, I guess it's just a little bit less than medium. Anyway, it's a beautiful beer, and it's well brewed. It's really well brewed. I want to say that the yeast that is used in this is Safe Lager. So Safe Lager, 1 packet of Safe Lager yeast he's put in. And well, I think he just put it in dry, and I think that yeah, done a really nice job. This fermenting profile is working really well. So that's outstanding, Roy. Thank you so much for sending it down. It's a great beer, beautiful, healthy fermentation. It really is a nice healthy fermentation, and the flavour's beautiful. It's not overbearing, or it's just a really nice beer, and it's a newbie for me. This is the first time I've had one of these beers, so thank you so much. Now, I asked Roy to if he could send me a couple of photos of his brewing system, was quite impressive. But the key thing about his brewing system is that he made it himself. He didn't go and buy an all-in-one system. He didn't. The whole thing about brewing for me is that people make. I love it when people make their own gear. It doesn't matter whether you've used a chili bin and a boil pot, and you've made your own boil pot, and well, as I have done, or you've gone up a few notches and still made it yourself with some beautiful. You can buy online. He showed me a website, and you can buy. The sky's the limit these days. But I really like the idea of someone making their own kit, so they understand how it works and the whole science and chemistry behind it. I really enjoy that. It's sort of like half the enjoyment for me is making your own. And he's gone on. He's got a 3-tier system. I think it's called a Herms, but anyway, I'll show you some photos very shortly. So enjoy having a look. And I'm also going to post some photos of his motorbikes and his new dog. So enjoy that when I post. So I'll put them probably here if I can work it out. So it wouldn't be a Finru brew without. Oh, there's some more there. Just quickly talking to you about what I've been listening to this week. Well, today actually I was listening to the Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Iron Maiden, and it got me thinking about a few things. I went to a concert here 12, 13, 14 years ago, and they played the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and they hadn't played it, the full version, the 14 minutes. And I'll be giving this record a crack later. I've got this beautiful copy here, which has the Rime of the Ancient Mariner on. I just love this artwork. Probably one of my favourite artworks of Iron Maiden. I think this is a New Zealand pressing. It's got a slightly different. Yeah, really nice logos there. I'm not sure if this is a New Zealand pressing. But it may well be. And then the print's too small. I should have had a look at that before, but wonderful LP, wonderful album. And of course, it appears also on the live version here, double live version, which is a great album. So the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Interesting thing about it, that song put me on to wondering about this. I'd never heard of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but then I read and realised that it's a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, a massive poem, what you call an epic poem, and I love it, and I listen to it from time to time, and the artwork that comes with it. You can see the artwork of this book. This guy was actually asked to who was it that did these? I'll tell you in a minute. You can see that artwork there. I can't remember his name. Yeah, Gustave Doré. Was it Gustave Doré? Gustave Doré's magnificent engravings of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So these are engravings. Okay, so he was commissioned to do that, to do all this. They're wonderful. I hope you can see it. Wonderful, wonderful artwork. So they're all engravings, woodblock. So it's a great poem. And then, of course, being a bit of a record collector, I spied this one day in a second-hand shop, which is read by Richard. Is it Richard Burton? Oh, bugger! I should have bought the. I've got a really nice copy of The War of the Worlds, that's narrated by Richard Burton, which is probably one of my favourite LPs. The War of the Worlds. Is it Jeff Wayne's? Jeff Wayne's War of the World. I just love it, and that's narrated by Richard Burton too. And so is this. This is an old record. Look, I mean, look at the. Check out this label. Argo. She's a bit scratchy, and it plays good. And it's a really great reading of the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. And as things turn out, and this is the beauty of the internet, this is around the year 2000 when I started using the net. I discovered a band called Sabotage. And I have 2 copies of this album. So this album here is the first pressing. Okay, so this came, and it's got, and the reason I brought this up is it's got the same artwork from that guy, the same artwork. I've got the CD of it as well. So this is a single album. And yeah, so there's not much to show you there, but that's it. But I've got another, a brand new pressing here. They've got a new release that came out, and I grabbed a few of those. And it came. They're beautiful records. These ones, these new releases. So the record came with one of these. I'm going to frame that and put it in my music room. And so you turn it, and it's one of those. I don't know what you call them. The sails move and things like that, but it's quite nice. It's very, very good quality. Also came, also got the cover, the same cover. The guys in the band and whatnot. In the back, very good quality cardboard, and these are the LPs are in here. Oh, that's right, forgot. Orange. Very nice. And it's got some of that artwork on the label. Love it. Really good. It's really good quality. Great recording. I just want to... I can smell that beer. Also comes with this very cool booklet. And of course with the artwork from the Rime. The story in this is not about the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. But the reason that I bring it up is because it's kind of, they've used the same artwork. It's a story, epic album all in itself, but it's got nothing to do with the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. But you can see it's got all that really, really nice. And it's got all the story there, literature about how the album was made and whatnot, and just wonderful. Right. And really good to play, sit down with a beer and a whiskey, and just really get really engrossed in the music, and yeah, wonderful stuff. So that's about it from me. Thanks so much for watching, and Roy, thank you so much for this beer. That was really appreciated as usual. and I'll certainly, once I get my brewery up and running again on the all grain, I'm very much looking forward to reciprocating and showing you what I can do. Okay, so cheers. I'll just leave you with a couple of photos. One's of Roy's brewing system, the other one is of his awesome, beautiful motorcycles and his lovely dog. So cheers, guys. You take care. Enjoy. Ooh,